Some kind of device. The metal reflects this. There's another watchtower on the other side of the valley. I wonder if it's got a lens at the top.
Do you think? I bet it does.
Looks like some kind of lens.
What is this? Oh gosh, it's a... like way stations and signal towers and everything. That was sort of the first world that I was introduced to, like high fantasy.
I can almost
and
see the entire valley up here.
I mean, look at this.
No wonder the car.
Like even the way the water is moving is just so good. All right, am I supposed to do anything else up here before I go back down? And that's the way I came up, I think. Yeah. All right, I got what I came for.
I can almost see the entire valley up here.
I know, it's so fucking good. So we've had the game has sort of like a cold open, and then you get the theme song, and you watch Aloy riding one of the machines like a mount. So you get the theme, you get the opening credits, and then she starts this second part, and it's just like I would watch a whole movie of the cutscenes from this game. Why are you crouching? We don't need to do that. I'm just looking for the moment. What's going on down there? Are those arm mounts? Oh no, those are scrap piles. Ooh, that's new. Not new, but good to know they're there. Or I throw myself into the living room. Okay, that I did need that reminder. I don't know if they almost lost it. I don't know if they I'll bet there is.
You get a strong color on this.
I don't remember if there was a way in the first game to turn on and off the intermittent suggestions, but I remember noting on a few different occasions that there were mechanics that I didn't remember how to use between times that I needed them, and the reminder would pop up, and I thought that was just so brilliant. It was like it was reading my mind saying, I forgot how to do this. Yeah, I love it. So in this one, I went into the controls, and you can actually toggle it on and off.
It must be my bow upgraded in there. Might be able to tinker with my other gear too.
Maybe. Oops. almost. They went all Link, and you gotta like break the barrels to see if there's shit in them. Yep. That's an extra step I don't know that I'll bother with a lot. I feel like the game is less intuitive in the inventory, but there are more accessibility prompts and automatic controls, so I'm hoping it'll be a decent trade-off.
They're riled up now.
Yeah. Oh, hi. Where'd you go? I feel like the battle sounds are a lot more metallic and sharper. They're very, like scrapey metal realistic. Just taking the whole trees. There are certain things that she can pick up that it makes absolutely no sense. Like, they are metal vessels that she could literally get in and be launched into space. But she just picks them up and pockets them.
Refreshing, I guess. Machine. It must be a bristleback. Maybe Erend took it down? Awesome. I hope Erend and the other Vanguard are okay.
Something sounded weird and I'm trying to figure out what it was. Something I collected.
Outlander approaching.
West.
Is that the savior?
Is that
Wanna come in,
Savior?
Savior?
Yeah, bro, I do.
Welcome to Chainscrape, Savior.
Open up, guys. Dwarf's orders.
Good enough for me.
By the Forge. Petra? Aloy, what are you doing here? About time there was something worth looking at in this dump. It's nice to see you too. And not a moment too soon. Come on. Damn brewery's the only thing I can count on in this place. Yeah, I heard. Machines, work stoppage. Oh, those are just the latest malfunctions. Chainscrape's always been a few tools short of a kit. And right there is the biggest tool of all.
Our land, not our problem. Bristlebacks are everybody's problem.
Roland? You've heard of him.
Petra's my hardest ship
But he's a story best told over a cold beer.
of all of
Petra.
Aloy's many suitors.
I'm just passing through. I'm headed west.
Oh.
There's an embassy at Barren Light I need to make happen, and then I keep moving.
Ah, of course. Bigger gears to grind. Well, Flame Hair, good to see you. Gotta move on.
Petra.
But if you want a cold beer and a few laughs with an old friend, come find me at the brewery. Your choice.
Petra. Way to go, Aloy.
Oh, this old one guy sounds like trouble. Maybe Petra could use some support. But first things first, I need to find that workbench and upgrade my bow.
What sign is that? Probably fucking Taurus.
Workbench is free.
Yeah, I was saying that Aloy was the Taurus, not Petra. Alright, weapon upgrades. Frost Blast Sling and Hunter Bow. Alright, I'm just gonna do them, I guess. Okay. I'll take your word for it. Alright, that is all the way upgraded. How about you? What do you got? Okay, so we can do the acid arrows now. So now what? Oh, hit. Okay. Skill details. I like not making decisions. I'm just gonna push buttons until I run out of the tools or whatever it takes to do the upgrades. Alright, and then we will create job, and now I know what items I need in order to make that upgrade. Coil slot. Coils can be equipped on weapons to improve their performance. Tap square when viewing the weapon. Okay. inventory. Weapon. Okay. Okay, I don't have any right now, apparently. Skill points. Oof. Mufasa. Got some tools here, fast travel packs, potions, resources, dual accumulator, special gear. Alright, lens of midday. And nope. Character bios, these make me so happy. And what deals acid damage.
Shop looks closed.
Yep.
Can I still use the workbench?
I ain't gonna stop you.
Cool, cool, cool. Alright, I just did that.
Almost ready to go?
Fanghorn. Alright, I need to find Fanghorn. Struggling with the guidance too. It doesn't feel as intuitive. What's going on here? Yeah, for sure. Alright, talk to the pitmaster. I very easily get turned around.
You wanted to speak to me?
Well, you know better than anyone it's a dangerous world out there, and not just against machines. Name's Odin. This here's my training pit. Best place to practice close combat this side of the Forbidden West. Say, I wonder who'd win in a fight. You, the Savior of Meridian, champion of the East, or the Enduring, master of the West. The Enduring, a legendary Tanakh fighter, the master of masters. I've heard the Tanakh have training pits just like this one. It's how the warriors get so fierce, see? And only the very best from the pits get to train with the Enduring.
So, to find the Enduring, I should look for these training pits if I'm ever out that way?
You'll have to go far if you do. The Tanakh are split into 3 clans. 3 clans, 3 capitals, 3 training pits. My guess is you'd have to beat all of them if you want to train with the Enduring. If the Tanakh don't kill you inside, that is. But that's a far spark in the wind. As for right now, I also offer challenges to test your fighting skill.
Who would I be fighting exactly? You?
Well, I know you're the savior and all, but you have to beat all the others first to challenge me. Rules are rules. We only use dual blades and practice arrows, mind. These drunken fools would run themselves through otherwise. You'll have to leave everything but your spear and practice arrows at the gate. But I'll look after your gear, not to worry. So, what do you say? Up for some training?
I might be.
That's what I like to hear.
I am reading your story and will respond. As you can tell, you can only send so much at a time. Focus tutorial or open-ended training. Okay, cool. Tutorial. Mm-hmm.
Attacks are fast, but easily blocked. So learn to combine them with other attacks.
I'm glad that Nissa understood the severity of the situation. I'm sure, clearly you're at a point where you can laugh about it and you were able to in the moment, but, the littlest thing is just, it can be such a breaking point. And, yeah. Yep. Sorry, I realized, my watch is over there. I realized that I'm in the sleepy part of the day and Xander's here sleeping, and I just made myself comfy, so my brain is starting to slow down, which is nice. And I know that you don't mind, so. I have some hi-fi donuts because it was my first therapy plus day off, like officially. And so I got mainly noodles and my and I'm playing my game, and I'm so glad I started enjoying it last night. And I don't have to do me right now.
Attacks break weapon blocks and do more damage. But they're slow, so your opponents might counterattack.
Alright, mastered heavy attacks.
Smash weapon blocks to really hammer an enemy with damage. But they're slow and leave you vulnerable, so pick your moment.
The voice acting in this is so good. Need to learn Resonator Blast in the skill tree first. Okay, cool. So good. Alright. So what else is going on? What else we got? How was, when I was talking during the fight scene, how was the sound? Because right now I'm just using the microphone that's on the camera, which is on the television, which is about 6 or 8 feet away. Okay, so how... Okay, so I have to get those from the various places. Alright. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay.
Welcome back, Savior. Here for some practice?
Okay, but... Okay, so I talked to him. I don't know what else I need to do. Maybe I just change it. Okay.
We are on the same side here, Olmert.
What do you want, Olmert? Some kind of payment?
My dear magistrate, you think I can be bought? If you want that whistle blown, all you have to do is have your soldiers remove the bristlebacks and sign the concession decree. Face it, what other choice do you have?
Hi.
Savior, what auspicious timing.
What auspicious
Might we
timing.
discuss a matter of importance to the Sundom?
We might. Later.
Very well. I shall be waiting.
So, the savior herself. Walloper of Derval, gutter of youth.
Maybe.
I've heard many tales of your beauty and heroics, my fierce lady warrior. Olfant Frio, at your
We
service.
already don't like you, Olvent.
So, what could have dragged you away from the fine silks and wine of Meridian to this smudge of a settlement?
Petra
Your
Forge
saviorly
woman, you
attention
fucker.
must be needed elsewhere.
I'm here for the embassy and...
The embassy? Why, by the forge. Ah. Greater gears for greater matters. Guess that means you'll be moving on.
Once I've dealt with any problems around here that need my saviorly attention.
Ah, the bristlebacks, of course. Got to get rid of them if you want that embassy to take place. Well, let's get to it, hey? And off you go.
Not so fast.
Oh, my turn. Now I get to make decisions. Okay.
You don't seem to have a high opinion of the magistrate?
Well, I refuse to play nice to some fancy-robed parchment pusher when my fellow laborers are being bullied, intimidated, and taken advantage of.
How noble of you.
Noble, ha! Born with a hammer in hand, I was. Nobody handed me anything or dropped opportunity into my lap. Everything I've achieved, I've done on my own.
And where is this hammer now?
The burden of leadership forced me to set it aside. The Carja risk nothing, while demanding that good Osseram gamble with their lives out there. Someone had to step up and say no more.
You don't seem to have a high opinion of the magistrate?
Well, when in nobody had everything I've the Carja someone.
Yeah, right?
You ordered the work stoppage?
Indeed I did. We're until the Carja clean up their mess. I'm not risking.
Fair deal.
It's not my decree. It's on behalf of who do all the backbreaking work. All we're asking for a land work.
Right.
Only an amount appropriate to.
Where's the whistle?
Right in the middle of town. But with the threat out there, I'm not endangering innocent Osram lives.
I'm going to clear out the bristlebacks. And when I'm done, this valley is going to get moving.
If that's what it takes. Until then, I'll keep looking after the safety of these good folk.
Just be ready to blow the whistle. Better see what that Karja magistrate wanted. I bet he's in the tavern.
Ho there!
You can keep your hold there.
How goes it, Hammerhead?
Hey, Milda. Milda. I took some of your stew last time I went into the wilds. Kept me going for a week. Felt like I could have put
Of
a
course she
strider in a
is.
sleeper hole.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Sounds like you're serving up some impressive provisions here.
Not again. You can have the discount too, but you'll have to come back later.
I think you have me confused with someone else.
Oven didn't send you?
No.
Oh, my apologies. It's just that his minions won't stop pestering me. Now I've even worn out my special grill. Since I'm in the midst of a crisis, perhaps you could skip to what it is you wanted.
Poor Milduff and his
Food?
riddle.
Are Ulvin's people causing you problems?
Oh, yeah. They constantly demand my best, but the equipment I need to make my signature dishes isn't built for batch cooking. And don't get me started on the Ulvin discount they feel so entitled to.
And if you refuse?
I make meals. No trouble.
How did you end up in Chainscrape?
Heard about a new and upcoming town at the edge of the frontier. Where there's a town, there's a tavern. I was in need of work. So I got myself out here and started cooking. Some of these people had never tasted proper boars and berries stew before. Anyway, next thing I knew, people kept coming back. Guess they liked my food. More the ale.
Your last customer mentioned your cooking really kept him going out in the wild. Where I'm headed, I could use some of that.
I would be happy to oblige, especially since you have the decency to ask pleasantly. But my special groove griddle is no more. Without it, I can't cook any of my signature dishes.
I feel you.
I hate to think what'll happen when I'm forced to refuse Ulvin or his goons. Even if I already had the right ingredients, there's nothing I can do. Unless you can source me a temporary replacement?
What do you need?
For the ingredients, a few pieces of decent wild meat, and let's say a big handful of bitter leaf stems. That'll do. As for the griddle, a corrugated metal panel might suffice until I can have a new one forged. You'd likely find one in a scrounger pile if you follow the river to the northeast. Don't worry, I'll clean it first. You'll have no issue finding boars and bitter leaf on your way. Assuming you're as much a hunter-gatherer as your clothing suggests.
Thanks, Milduff. I'll keep an eye out.
So that's what gratitude sounds like.
Don't let anyone push you around, okay?
If you say so.
Got some tavern sounds in the background there. Alright. Wild meat, bitter leaf, go to the scrounger set. Where's Petra Pink Pants?
A word, Savior.
My eyebrows?
Not again.
The fuck? Am I surprised? Am I sad? Nobody can tell since I no longer have eyebrows.
Savior, thank you for taking the time. And my condolences that you had to endure Ulvund's bloviating.
I've dealt with worse. It sounds like he's really trying to put you over the barrel.
The idea that the Karja purposely let Bristlebacks into the Daunt, it's completely absurd. But the louder and longer he says it, the more support he'll get for his damned concession decree.
How did the Bristlebacks get into the Daunt?
No one knows for sure. The first report of them came from west of the quarry. But unless they have wings I don't know about, I don't see how they could have come over the mountains.
No other way.
The only way I know about is barren light. Look, if you can get to the bottom of this, I can offer a... Help me shut Ulvund up.
Be right there.
How did you get stuck out here?
I asked for the posting, believe it or not. Overseeing the entire valley on behalf of the Sun King? It was an honor.
Aloy's voice actor?
An honor, I mean.
But your job would be a lot easier without someone like Ulvund blasting hot air all the time?
Ulvund's not going anywhere. He's been around longer than I have. Even fancies himself the founder of Chainscrape. Well, I'll find a way to live with him. I have to.
What is this concept?
He wants the Sundom to designate portions of the Daunt, and only the portions, mind you, that...
Let me guess. Because he stands...
Exactly. With the Daunt, he could secure more investment for their...
He can't get those investments?
No. Not hence why the consent, and why blaming, no matter how absurd...
You said the Bristlebacks were first spotted west of the quarry?
Yes, according to one terrified laborer, said the ground trembled before they came charging down the hillside. He took off and ran all the way here.
Good place to start looking then.
If you learn under the sun, and maybe then he'll actually focus on rebuilding barren light instead.
I'm gonna go back and find Buster now that I've saved.
To revel in some strike, sister? Let me set the board.
I was just passing by.
I don't know what this is.
First timer, huh? Don't worry about it. I'll go easy on you. You got any pieces?
No.
Well, aren't you in luck then? I got an extra set, a Tanakh original straight out of the Forbidden West. Sit. I'll run you through it in a hot spark. I'll give you something special if you win it on my boards, too.
Alright, let's see what we got. Beginner's tutorial.
All right, let's start off simple. The Tanakh like to say that Machine Strike is a game of pure strategy. We each get a set of pieces. Each piece represents a kind of machine, and each machine is worth a different number of victory points. And to win the game, you'll need to gain 7 victory points by destroying the opponent's machines. It can be tricky remembering the details of every machine, so we use these notes to keep track of them. You see that number on the top right corner? That there is how many victory points you'll get for destroying that machine. Notes also tell you how far a piece can move, how powerful their attacks are, the distance they can strike from, and of course, their health. Okay, that's enough for now. Let's just play. I'll explain the rest as we go. I own the board, so I get to choose who goes first. Since this is your first time, I'll let you go. Usually you get to choose which pieces to set on the board, but this will do for now. Pick up that machine piece to your right, and move it forward. Remember, each machine can only move a certain distance. Take a look at your notes if you need a reminder. Move that machine forward. It's all part of the learning process. Easy enough, huh? Now, you get to move 2 machines each round. So go... Just need to,
No, just for... Okay, I didn't listen to the whole question.
There's not much else to do for now, so just end your turn. We're forging onwards. Let me move my pieces here. And we're back to you. This time, why don't you try attacking one of my pieces? Try with that machine on your right first. Now move the piece close enough to attack one of my machines. When performing an attack, you'll be testing your machine's combat power against the opponent. A machine's combat power is a combination and its own attack power. This board only has grassland terrain, and your current machine has... So in total, your machine's combat power, since my machine isn't the one attacking, it has, and just like your machine, it's not affected. So right now, this means your machine can do... Did you get all that? Knew you were a smart one. Finish up by attacking my machine. Not pulling any punches, huh? Now grab that.
You literally told me to.
See how your machine can't move close enough to attack mine? You can make your machine sprint. That lets it move 1 space further. Try it out. Downside to sprinting is that your machine can no longer attack. Now, some players like to take a risk and overcharge their machine in cases like this. Overcharging lets you attack after a sprint, but it will damage your machine's health by 2 points. So use at your own discretion. Let's try doing that now so you can see what I mean. That's about it for your turn, then. Now, I'll let you in on a neat trick. That machine of yours, the one closest to me, grab a hold of it. Same as in the wilds, machines have both armored points and weak points. You can see them marked on the pieces. Blue shows where their armor is thickest. Hit them there, and you'll do some damage, but not a lot. Now, red shows the machine's weak points. Hit those, and you'll deal a mighty blow. Here, let me show you. Rotate that piece so your machine faces mine. Now let that machine have it. Off the board she goes, and there's your first victory points. You don't have 7 of them yet, so let's keep going. Your machine attacked mine, but hasn't moved yet. Go ahead and move downwards towards my remaining piece. You're gonna have to move that machine downwards if you want to see this next trick. You've already attacked a machine and moved your piece. But if you overcharge it, and by the look of your machine's health, you'd be sacrificing your piece to defeat mine. But sometimes that can be a good thing. Overcharge your machine to attack mine as... Ain't that a thrill? Now, because your machine was knocked out at the same time as mine, we both get the victory points our machines are worth. Good news is, since you're the one attacking, you're gonna receive your victory points before I do. Which means you can reach the coveted 7 victory points first. That's why sometimes losing a piece can be the best way to end a game in your favor. Now, you'll notice you didn't get quite up to 7, but that means you're the winner! That wasn't so hard, was it? Just remember to always check for... You'd be surprised the advantage you can get. I know it saved my behind in it.
I'll try and...
Oh, these are all my spare pieces. It's a small set, but it should be enough to get you... You might even fancy looking out for them strike carvers. They've got all kinds of you, though they'll need the right materials to... Or you might find them in the wilds if you're lucky. You know, I've lost my fair share of pieces after a night of machine hunting or brew hopping. No need to thank me, always a pleasure. Now, if you feel like playing, I could even teach you a few more tricks if you're up for it.
Thanks. I'll think about it.
Very cool.
Come back anytime, Ray.
Right.
Come for that beer after all, eh? Here, sit down. Get a pint in her hand. Wasn't expecting you to swing by.
Since when do I do what's expected?
Ha! There's that spark. Fire and spit.
Fire and spit.
That's a blast from the bellows. Won't fix the forge, but at least I can forget about my troubles for a while.
Like what?
Take your pick. We got bodies to bury from the bristlebacks, the work stoppage, Olvin grating the gears about his concession decree. Hey! Weapons off the table! Nah, don't listen to me. Nothing a cold brew and knocking some heads together can't fix eventually.
I thought you'd be back in Freeheap.
Well, after the big battle at Meridian, I went back, but realized it was running smooth. Didn't need me. Heard about the rebuilding out at Barren Light. Figured they could use another hammer. Been scraping by ever since.
You could always leave.
And go back east? Nah. I ain't one to leave a lit forge. Besides, someone's gotta be a squeaky wheel for the workers around here.
So about Olvend.
Around here, everything's about Olvend.
How'd he end up in charge?
He got here early, like a squirrel. He knew rebuilding Barren Light would
Squirrel
need
smell like a
stone and
fat
timber.
nut.
So he jangled purses all over Maine, getting investors to front claims on anything. Is, all the bankers back home and the Sun King can revoke those claims. That's why he's desperate for the magistrate to sign.
So the Bristlebacks and the Daunt.
But I heard talk of some...
Did they come through here?
Stop by briefly for supplies. Won't be able to crank...
But how could Bristlebacks and the...
2 words. Concession decree. Since lots of folks suffered at the hand, give them half a reason, they'll blame the...
Damn Carja slavers.
This concession decree.
It's pig diddle, that's what.
A writ that would put all Osram claims in the Daunt, even though they're on Carja land. It would mean that any existing stone and timber claims couldn't be revoked by the Carja. No more risk, no more hesitation for investors back in the claim to pour in the shards and expand their business. And since Olvend has a...
No? Anyway,